the song, I think, where people, for the first time, went, oh, who are these guys? We met in college. Gardner and I met in college in Chicago. In the States, we went to an art school. I was studying music, Gardner was studying film, and I wasn't in the band originally. Gardner had a different lineup, but he basically said he wanted to make the band more rock. He asked me to join, and that's kind of how it got started. We started putting our influences together that we had at the time and started writing and performing as much as we could around Chicago. That's how it got started, basically in college. I played guitar in grade school and high school. It was kind of the thing I was looking for, going to college and joining up with some musicians that I could form a career with.
I was inspired to do live performances just based on watching other bands do live performances and stuff, and I wanted to do that. I wanted to start a band. A bunch of Charles Gambino and a bunch of Future and any other rock music at the time. I was into indie pop, so MGMT, Simple Trap, those bands.
I grew up listening to a lot of hard rock, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, because at first we did the rap rock thing and we got a lot of comparisons to, Rage Against the Machine, Beastie Boys, Linkin Park, whatever it was, and then it was a little bit before high school. My parents told me I had to go to college and study something no matter what it was. I was playing guitar and I figured I'd put the two together, so I decided to go to music school, and that's kind of where I got started. I was maybe about 14 or so when I decided that's what I wanted to do for a living, instead of more just doing it for fun.
I didn't realize I wanted to do it for a living until a bit later on when things got serious. I would say 2017, 2016-ish, because I didn't start off doing music. So if we said Blaqrock with a Q, and so if you find us, it means you were listening to us. But also because there's other bands that have the CK in it. Mm-hmm. You can find me in it if you want to, but there's no meaning to it. It just sounded cool at the time.
He was basically a collection of songs, just us figuring out what we wanted to play, what we wanted to sound like, exploring the sound. It's done really well. It's called Kicks. Got a music video for it that was pretty well received. But yeah, those songs are really just our life in college and us exploring a lot of things. I like to refer to those songs as our cool songs, but we're putting out a lot of new stuff, and those are much better from a songwriting perspective. There's an evolution there between the first EP from our very early days, probably 2017, 2018, to what's going to be coming out within the. The thing that's similar between the first EP and this EP is that even the second EP is us still evolving the sound and figuring it out. This collection of songs, it's much more figured out. The sound is identified, it's established, and all of our influences are tightly wound around this project that we're calling Dreams Don't Die, You Do. The thing that makes it better is just that aside from them having really great instrumental parts, they're really great songs. The song quality of the songs are strong. They tell stories. The lyric writing from Gardner's perspective has a lot of interesting things to say. I'm singing on the record, which I didn't do on the previous one. There's a lot enhanced in terms of songwriting and musicianship. And just we're talking about our worldview being early to mid 20-year-olds. And as we evolve through our early 20s, so do the thoughts that we put into the music. We did it at a couple different studios in Portland for about 2 weeks. We had 10 songs. We took them up there and we just hashed them out, and it came out amazing. We're really excited to put them out into the world.
The recording process in Portland took 2 weeks. There was some more days we had to go back and just do vocals for, but the majority of the entire recording process took place in Portland. The writing all the songs were already written many months prior to us going into Portland. And there were even some songs that are on it that are were performed way before the songs on the second album were even written. So the entire writing process and recording process took almost 3 years.
Foundation of the idea would be something that I would come up with, and then we bring it to the band. And the other guys, Austin and Danny, Austin on bass and Danny on drums, they're really good part writers. Bringing them a foundation to a song and they add their parts, and then Gardner takes care of the lyrics. That's kind of the process, essentially.
There's something that just feels off. I perform something and they're like, what did you say? Or people will say something like that, or Even now with the new record, Miles has his own lyrics and what he wants to say. And even then, sometimes I'll even come in with words all like lyrics already, and I'll present to Miles. I had an idea for something, I'll just present it. I mean, everyone will have an idea, but usually it will be Miles starting the foundation for it, and then I'll just say something around it, and then Danny, Austin put in their parts, and we all just go figure out the arrangement, figure out how it's going to be performed, everything. It's a lot easier now because we're so used to each other and we're so used to making songs. So now it's just more about like intention and about how we're going to perform it and what are we going to do.
We always knew that we wanted to take, even from the first record, we wanted to take our music somewhere. And we knew first record, as we continued to develop our songwriting and our innovation, we knew that we just wanted to keep making music that was better. So I think the inspiration is to always just make a song that was better than the last one we wrote until we just have hits everywhere. And just to be able to take all that music and play it in front of people all over the world, Cakes was probably, that and Monster, I think were the two for me. That was the song, I think, where people, for the first time, went, oh, who are these guys? And like Gardner said, people singing the lyrics. That was the first time that really happened for us. That's why we think of Kicks as like the best song from the last EP. For most of 2021, actually. And I think in August of 2021, we finally played a show. Felt great, and we just want to keep on going. 1 or 2 more shows between then and when the tour starts. But yeah, we've got a couple. We'll be in Austria, Germany, France, and the Czech Republic for this tour. We'll be back in the spring too, most likely. 3 or 4 singles from the record we recorded that'll be coming out over the course of the next year. And then once those have come out, we'll release the album in its entirety. We definitely want to record again because we have newer material. In terms of time, we'll see how this next record goes, and maybe a year after or so, we'll go back and we'll do another one. We want everybody to listen. We want everybody to find a place in what they're hearing when they're listening to Blaqrock.